Hi, welcome back to Coffee Cafe. So we officially finished week 1 of transactions here. So we last left off here at the bottom of page 2. So that's plenty of space for maybe maybe one more transaction, and then we'll go from there. And then here is week 2 scenario. So in this case, just a friendly reminder that you have $30,000 to invest. So let's see what happened on June 8th, which is Saturday. We end up purchasing a truck from Honest Rob's auto dealership. Okay. So this is what we got. We got on the 8th, right? We picked up a 2020 Toyota truck. Okay, registration numbers right there. Again, we bought one of them for a total of $28,900. We had to pay some documentation fees and registration fees for $968. And of course, we had to pay sales tax of $2,340.90. So grand total was a total of $32,208.90. And of course, we also made a down payment for $2,987. And we end up taking a loan, right? We got approved for a loan for $29,221.90. So our loan, right, is through Main Bank of Nevada. Here's our account. And it's for the $29,000. And we got it for 36 months. Okay. And our payment is $849.81 per month. Payments are due every 20th of the month, and it's 3% interest. Okay. So, first off, what did we buy?
A truck.
We bought a truck. So, do we have that in our chart of accounts?
Okay, yeah, we do.
Yes, we do. 17010 is the truck. So we acquired an asset, right? A fixed asset. Right? How do we pay for the truck?
Okay, we got a loan for the truck.
We got a loan for the truck, so that's, what is that called? A liability.
Liability.
So, do we have a truck loan?
Yeah.
Good, right? 28020. And what else did we do?
We also got an additional loan of from hold on. We made a down payment.
We made a down payment. So where does that money come out from?
Checking.
Our checking account. Good. So 10100. Okay. So perfect. Today is June 8th. See, my computer's lagging. Okay. So we got a truck. 1710. And how did we get this truck? We took a truck loan out. Which was 28020. And then, right, we had to pay money out for the down payment. Right? How much was my down payment?
$2,987.
Okay. How much was my loan for?
Uh, $29,221.96.
29,221.90. So then, therefore, how much was my total truck?
Hmm.
How much was the total truck?
The truck was 28,900.
What about the documentation fees?
$968,
And what about sales tax?
and sales tax was,
Aren't those extra costs it takes to get the asset ready for service?
yes,
So, what's my grand total amount for the truck?
$29,221.
That is what you owe left on it.
I was $31,338.90.
31,000 what?
$338.90.
Where did you get that number from?
Because I added the amount of the truck plus the fees plus the tax.
Okay, so
Oh, hold on.
recalculate that.
Yeah, I see it. It's 32,208.90.
Yes. 32,208.90. That's how much your truck was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, how did you pay? You said you're paying out of your checking account. So what do we need to do?
Okay, we need to cut a check.
We need to cut a check. Okay? So check number 1508 for $2,987. To who?
It didn't say with the name. What did it say?
Where did we buy the truck?
Honest Rob's Auto Dealership.
Okay, for what?
For a truck.
Okay, so we got the check number 1508. Okay, so we have everything that we need for this section here, or for the description. So, who did I buy the car from?
Honest Rob's.
Okay, auto dealership. Okay, and you paid him with check number, down payment, check number 1508. What else did you do? You took out a loan. Who did you take out a loan from?
Um, me and bank of Nevada.
Main Bank of Nevada, or I'm split Main Bank Nevada for 3% interest. Okay. You could put the rest of the details about the loan in the subsidiary ledger. Okay. So there you go. I have everything right here. My truck loan, and checking. Okay. So I need to go where?
For your notes payable.
There's no notes payable. When I finish my journal, where do I need to go?
Your subsid, your ledger.
Yes, my general ledger, yes. I need to update all my account balances. So I got a truck, so that's an asset. Here you go, truck. Right? You could put all the specifications, how much the truck was, how much was the documentation fees. So let's see. So the truck that we purchased was $28,900. Documentation was $968. Okay, the tax was $2340.90.
Yes.
Okay. We're still on General Journal page 2 for $32,208.90. We end up taking a loan, so that's a liability. Right here. Truck loan. Okay. This is where you can say 3% interest, 3%. Where's my percent? %3 interest for 3 years or 36 months, right? With monthly payments of, what was it, $849? $849.81 per month. Okay. So then post reference, once again, we're still on General Journal page 2. And this time we're going to credit our account for $29 for $29,221.90 because that's how much we borrowed. Okay. And we also ended up writing a check. So I got to go to my checking account. Okay. And I wrote check number. What check number did I write?
1508.
1508. Okay. Still on General Journal page 2 for $2,987. So that means I should be at $7,202.42. That's how much money I have now. Okay. Now that I updated my ledger, okay, I need to definitely put everything in the subsidiary ledger. Okay. Okay. So, okay, so Honest Robs. Here's Honest Robs. What are you going to make a note here for?
The purchase of the truck.
Okay. Purchase truck and made down payment. Check number 1508. Okay. Did we have an invoice number? Right, my invoice number is 8742351. 8742351. Okay. Post reference still on page 2, right? We just finished page 2 in our journal. Were we given any terms?
Yes.
And what were they?
I don't. I have to look at it.
15 net 30.
15 net 30. Where do you see 15 net 30? I went to Honest Rob's dealership to buy a car. Did they give me terms on buying a car?
No, it was terms on the loan.
There's only terms on the loan, but I'm at Honest Rob's dealership.
Right.
So is there terms?
Can you pull it up a little bit more? Okay. That's for the bank.
Yes, excellent. So in this case, did Honest Rob give me any terms?
No.
No, because all I did for Honest Rob was buy the truck. But in this case, right, I paid up front the down payment. I don't owe Honest Rob anything anymore because I now owe the bank because I took a loan. So who do I owe Honest Rob anything?
No.
No, I owe the bank. Okay? So in this case, no terms. Okay, what was the invoice amount? Well, how much was the down payment?
$2,981.
$2,987. And did you make a payment?
We paid with check.
Yes, we paid with the check to 1508 for that $2,987. So in this case, if you run your formula, right, invoice minus prepaid minus minus returns minus discounts minus payments, right now you owe Honest Rob nothing. And that's true because you only paid for, usually when you buy a truck, you normally just pay, you there's never no payment. You have to pay the sales tax at least for a down payment. You have to cover tax no matter what, in any situation. So of course this money did cover the sales tax. Okay. Okay, so yes, you don't owe Honest Rob anything. He sold you the product, and then now you need to now update the loan because you end up taking a loan to Maine Bank of Nevada. You end up owing Maine Bank of Nevada for another loan. Okay? So you got a truck loan. Right? And what did this truck loan cost you? This truck loan, right, was 36 months, 3% interest, okay? Payments of $849.81 per month, right? And when does that start? Right? That payments are made every 20th of the month. So in this case, terms is every 20th of the month. Okay? Now, what other information can you put in here? Well, you can put in the truck loan number, or if they have one, you can also put in the account number. So in this case, account number 123896765. Okay. So 12. So in this case, because we haven't received our first bill yet, there's nothing we really need to fill out in the invoice because we never received our bill yet. We only are filling in pertinent information about our transaction here. Is it 1, 2, 3, 9? 1, 2, 3, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Okay, that's our account number that we need to make a payment to. Right? Well, we haven't received our first bill yet, so that means that's why I'm leaving the rest of the information blank. Now, how much do I owe Maine Bank of Nevada? How much was the loan for? How much was my loan for?
$29,221.90.
Right, so that means I owe Maine Bank of Nevada $29,221. Okay? This for surely is true. That because I took that loan, I now owe Maine Bank of Nevada $29,000. Excuse me. Okay? All right. Let's see what's next. Okay? Of course, because you bought a truck, right? You purchased a 12-month auto insurance policy from AAA Auto Insurance Company. All right, contract number 5877411. Full coverage with emergency roadside assistance. Okay, totaling amount for the whole year is $2,400. Monthly payments of $200 due on the 5th of every month. Issued a check to pay for the coverage for the month of June. Use check number 1509. Okay? So what did I buy?
Auto insurance.
Okay, so let's take a look at my chart of accounts. Do I have any auto insurance?
Would it go under insurance expense?
It will go under insurance expense. Okay? So
Okay.
6,400 insurance expense, okay?
All
Now how did I pay for it?
right. With checking.
Checking, right? 1010, right? We wrote a check not 1509. So, we're starting on our new general journal page now. Today is the 8th, right? We bought some insurance expense. And we paid with a check. How much did we pay?
200.
$200. Okay? So we need to cut the check now, right?
Right.
So today is the 8th. You wrote a check for $200 to who? Who did you buy?
A auto insurance.
Triple A Auto Insurance. Triple A Auto Insurance Company. Okay, for what? Monthly auto payments. All right. So we've cut check 1509. So we have everything that we need, right? What do we need? So who did we buy the auto insurance from? Right? What was the proof of a transaction?
Uh, the contract number.
Contract number 5877 7411. Okay. What did you buy? 12-month auto insurance, right? Monthly payments of $200. Okay, and your proof was check number 1508. Oh, 1509. Okay. So where do you need to go next?
Okay, we already cut the check.
Mm-hmm.
We go to our ledger.
We go to our ledger to update our balances. Okay. First, we need to complete our insurance expense. So operating expenses should be towards the top. Okay, insurance expense. So we purchased auto insurance for June. We are on journal page 3 this time because we switched to a new page. And we purchased it for $200. So therefore, how much should your account balance be in the insurance expense? How much is in your insurance expense right now?
2,400.
Where are you getting 2,400? We only pay $200 for the month. So right now, I currently have my insurance policy that I paid for the month of June for $195.83, and I just made another payment for auto insurance for $200. How much should I have in my insurance expense?
$395.83.
Yes. Okay. Now I don't need to put that $2,400 in this section because I can do that during in the subsidiary ledger because that is pertinent information that I paid a policy for a whole year, but they're not asking me to pay it up front. They're asking me to make monthly payments instead. So that's definitely information you want to put in your subsidiary ledger. Okay. All right. And what else did I do? I cut a check, right?
Right.
Here we are checking. Check number 1509. Oh, we're on General Journal page 3 this time. And I wrote a check for $200. So how much money should I have in my bank now?
$7,002.
$7,002.42. Good, correct. So as you can see, already starting off with week 2, we already spent 2/3 of my money. Okay. All right. So then now we owe money to the insurance company, right? So we need to update that. And we also made a payment to the insurance company. So we need to go to my subsidiary ledger and locate AAA auto insurance. It should be right here in under T. So Silver State, then it goes AAA. So this is where you can put in as much information as you'd like in regards to the insurance policy, right? So in this case, you could say auto insurance policy, right? Which you purchased 1 year, right? For $2,400, full coverage with roadside assistance. Okay, monthly payments of $200. And then you can also say you paid for a month of June. June payment, check number 1509. So you cover for the month of the first month. Okay. Now again, what was the invoice number, or in this case the contract number? $5877411. $5877411. Okay, post reference. Once again, we were on General Journal page 3. Terms. How often do I need to pay my insurance plan?
Monthly.
Monthly, but when? What does it say here?
On the 5th.
On the 5th of every single month, you need to make your monthly payment. That means my term is the 5th of every month. Actually, no, that would be the due date, sorry. Due date, 5th of every month. So, in this case, my insurance plan. Now, in this case, do I owe money to my insurance plan?
No.
No, you don't owe any money to the insurance plans because they are not asking you to pay up front. They're asking you to just pay by month. So you can stop your insurance plan whenever you like. They just gave you a grand total of how much it's going to cost you per year. So in this case, no, you don't owe a AAA insurance anything because you can stop your company, you can stop your auto insurance at any given time. You just purchased a whole year's worth of coverage, right? But it's based on a month-to-month basis, right? So if you make the payment, then you're covered for that month. If you miss the payment, then you're not covered that month. Simple, straightforward. So in this case, I don't owe AAA anything, but the invoice for this one, right? Because it says that I had to make my first monthly payment for June, so that will mean that that the invoice for the contract number was $200, and you made a payment with the check number 1509. All right, because we know that at least that statement is true. So again, if you run your formula, invoice amount minus prepaid minus returns minus discounts minus payments should give you, I made a typo, insurance amount minus prepaid minus returns minus discounts minus payments. You should give it, you should be at $0, right? You're making a monthly payment for the insurance per month. Okay, everyone good so far? So let's see what has happened next. Okay, so says here we decided to do another purchase order 17305 to All Things Ceramics. Okay, we purchased 80 ceramic coffee mugs per unit price of $2.45 each, totaling a total of $196, and they required a down payment of $100. Okay, so what did I do here?
Okay, you would go to your purchase order.
Purchase order, okay. Purchase order. Let's see. Let me find a new one. Here you go. 305. Today's date.
Is it 305?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
170305. That's correct. Did you miss one?
I probably did.
Okay. So we made three purchase orders to Furniture Store, one to Hallie Rose.
Okay, I got one at furniture. Well, it was two for furniture store.
Okay. Did you do the last one?
I did Hallie Brothers,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I see so far.
So on the 7th of June, we also requested a purchase for the tables and chairs.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So now I see where we at.
Okay.
That's the one I missed.
Okay.
Okay. And base 4.
Okay, so we went for all things ceramics. Okay. What did we purchase? Coffee mugs.
Coffee mug,
How many?
80.
What's the cost per item? $2.45. So a total that you owe is $196 even. But they require to make a down payment. Again, you can't order a down payment. So that is all you need to fill in here. Okay? Do you need a second to fill in the furniture store for the tables and chairs?
Yeah.
All right, go for it. So we bought 10 sets of the tables and chairs at $605.50.
Okay, we're good.
Okay. All right, so now that I filled my purchase order out, what also happened?
Okay, you don't need to make an entry because you just did the order, and so you're not giving out cash or anything like that.
Well, it says I made a down payment.
Okay, I see. $100 down payment.
Mm-hmm.
So you do have to journalize that.
Correct. Now, so all things ceramics required to make a down payment.
So it's going to be checking for 100.
Checking for $100. Now, what account am I going to use to represent that I'm paying something in advance?
Prepaid account.
Prepaid accounts. Good. 18,600 for how much? $100, right?
Right.
So in this case, I need to do what?
You need to go and cut your check.
You need to go and cut your check. So check register. So I am at check number 1510 for $100. To who?
Uh, all things ceramic.
All things ceramics. Good. What did I do? I put a down payment. On mugs. So I cut check number 1510. Okay. So I have all the information that I need for this transaction, right? I cut the check to all things ceramics. Okay. What was proof of my transaction?
The purchase order number.
The purchase order number. Good. Excellent. So purchase order number 170305, right? You put a down payment. Okay. check number 1510. Okay. Okay, so where do I need to go now?
Yeah. Do you go to accounts payable?
No.
Okay, we go to checking so we can get our balance.
Yes, we got to go to our ledger to get our balances. Good.
Yeah.
So first I have a prepaid account. Okay, prepaid accounts. All right, and you paid a down payment on mugs. And of course, you can also identify the PO number 170305. Okay. We're on General Journal page 3. And how much was your down payment?
$100.
So how much should you have in your current account balance for the prepaid accounts?
Prepaid.
You're currently at $7,826.04. You just added $100. How much is your current balance?
$7,926.04.
Good, good. And of course, you need to go all the way back up to your checking account because you wrote a check out. So therefore, you need to update your checking account. Right? We wrote check number 1510 for $100. So therefore, you should drop your account by $100. Now you're left with $6,902.42. Right? Now, of course, because you are making a payment to All Things Ceramics, because you ordered something from them. So that means they owe you money or they owe you something, right? So it's important that you keep track that you made a payment to them. So 100% you're going to go to your subsidiary ledger to record that you are making a purchase to All Things Ceramics. Okay, so they should be at the very top of your vendors page, All Things Ceramics. Today's the 8th, right? What did you do? You made a down payment on 80 mugs. Okay. Proof of that was your purchase order number, 170305. Post reference, page 3. No terms because, again, we haven't received the bill. Okay. And remember, okay, because the purchase order mapped out how much you're supposed to make the down payment for, that means this is proof that I owed $100, right? And I paid with check number 1510. So I do need to include that in here. Check number 1510. 1510. Okay. Payment, $100. Right? Just like we did for Hallie Bros. If you guys remember last week, we identified that you don't use the prepaid accounts yet. You only use that when you receive the bill. So right now, I owe All Things Ceramics nothing.
Can I see that prepaid account?
Right? Are you okay?
Just one more.
All right.
Okay, we good.
Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this transaction here because we end up receiving from furniture store. Okay, so we end up receiving our bistro tables and chairs. Here it is, your invoice. Okay, so here's your grand total cost of the tables and chairs. Here we got charged tax and shipping of $50. Okay. So what do I do here? I received a bill, right?
Right. So you're gonna go to furniture store account.
Mm, well, first, let's do the journal first. What did I buy?
Um,
Take a look at your chart of
tables and
accounts.
chairs.
You want some tables and chairs. Do I have an account for that?
Yes, 1310.
1310. Good. Now, in this case, right? Am I going to pay for it now or should I pay for it later? Because $6,000 is a lot of money.
Okay. Later.
Later, okay? So, therefore, what account am I going to use to pay things later?
Prepaid.
Not prepaid.
No.
That's when you make an advance payment.
Payable?
Accounts payable. Okay? So, accounts payable. Okay, which we already know what that is, so it's good. So this case, I'll go to my journal here. What did we receive? We received bistro tables and chairs. Count number 1310. Okay, and of course, when I choose to pay it later, okay, for how much? How much was the grand total amount?
Okay, the total due is $6,605, but
What's this but?
um, it would be 6,605 because it includes the delivery charge and the tax.
Good, so 660508. And on top of that, what did we buy? What did we buy?
We bought tables
Right.
and chairs.
What kind of asset is that?
That's a fixed asset.
It's a fixed asset, so therefore we need to include everything it takes to get the asset to the store. So in this case, that means we need to include the tax and the shipping. Right? We need to include the tax and the shipping.
Yes.
So
Yes,
therefore, because everything that we're doing is we're making sure that the asset's ready for service. In this case, tables and chairs, you just prop them up, right?
right.
So therefore, yes, you can include every single price on there. All right, so good. So we have everything that we need to know in regards to this this bill, right? Who did you receive
Right.
this from? What was my proof of transaction?
The invoice number.
Invoice number what?
Number 75.
75. Okay. I don't need to identify what I purchased, right? Because we did buy tables and chairs, so you can do that in the ledger. Now, what are my terms?
Next 15.
I only got 15 days to pay off this bill. And that should be good enough information. Okay. So where do I need to go next?
To your liabilities.
To your liabilities, okay. So in this case, I gotta go to my ledger to go identify my liability. So, well, first things first is I purchased an asset, right? I acquired bistro tables and chairs. Here you go, bistro tables and chairs. Okay. Right, I bought 10 sets of table and chair. Okay, which cost me a total of $6,055.50 plus sales tax, which cost me how much was the sales tax? $499.58 plus the shipping plus $50 shipping. So in this case, we're still on General Journal page 3 here. And I got it for $6,605.08. Okay. Okay. All right. Is everyone good here? So then now I need to go to my liabilities.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sorry, just giving you guys some time to write everything in. We're going to go to my liabilities because now I owe more money to my accounts payable account. So it is 6/8, invoice number 75. We're on the third journal. And now I owe $6,605.08. So how much is that? Now I owe a grand total of $10,033.75. Okay. So now that I updated my ledgers, I need to go ahead and go to my subsidiary, right? Because now I owe Furniture Store more money, right? So I have 3 invoices with Furniture Store, okay? Here you go, Furniture Store, right? So this is where I'm going to go ahead and put in all of my information here that I purchased 10 sets of tables and chairs, okay, which was a grand total of 660508, right, plus sales tax and everything. This is invoice number 75, general journal page 3. We got the same terms, net 15. So therefore, when is this bill due?
On the 15th. I mean,
The fifth?
Not on the 5th. You received the bill on the 8th. What's 15 days later?
The 23rd.
23rd. Okay. For how much? 660508. So therefore, since you didn't make a payment or anything, if you copy the formula down, this bill for invoice number 75 is for a total of $6,605.08, giving you a grand total amount that you owe Furniture Store, a total of $9,033.75. Okay, so again, here's a note to us. That means 3rd week of June, we must make payments because we don't get discount opportunities or anything else, right? Our bill is due in 15 days. So in this case, that's just something that we have to keep in mind, okay? All right, that we need to make a payment for that $933.75. Okay? Okay?
okay, we good.
Okay. So then, right, that was Saturday. So we skipped over Sunday. We rested. So then now it is finally Monday, June 10, and we decided to pay Miss Kim Robinson for the $1,000. Okay? How do I pay Miss Kim Robinson?
By check.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to make a payment to her, and today is June 10, right? We're going to write a check to her. Now, in this case, what account am I paying? How do I know that I have to pay Miss Kim Robinson?
It's in the accounts payable.
Yes, because in this case, right, we owe her, right? Let's take a look at her bill. Okay? When did we receive her bill? Let's take a look at my account with her. Okay, Robinson Kim. Here you go, Robinson Kim. We received the bill on the 7th, right? What did she do for us?
Interior design consultation.
Mm-hmm. And we already received the bill. Now, did we pay her?
No, because the bill was actually due on the 10th.
Right? We took advantage of the amount, the time that she gave us, right? So in this case,
Right.
it's due on the 10. For how much? $1,000. So therefore,
1,000.
there you go, right? The proof is through the bill. Now, in this case, that means we put the bill, right, as an accounts payable because we owe her money, right? So
Right.
now that I'm making a payment to her, I'm going to decrease my accounts payable because I am no longer owing Kim anymore, right?
Right.
So in this case, accounts payable for $1,000. Right? How am I going to pay Miss Kim?
I check.
So I have to cut a check, right? Check number
Yeah.
1511 for $1,000 to Miss Kim Robinson. Right? And then I'm going to go ahead and say, you can either do the invoice number, you can either do what she did for us. I'm just going to go ahead and do invoice number because it was invoice number 1542 since I have my subsidiary ledger right here. Okay? I'm making a payment to invoice number 1542 with check number 1511. Right? So then I have all the information I need, right? I am making a payment to Kim Robinson, right?
Yes.
And then for invoice number 1542, paying with check number 1511. Okay? All right. So I already cut her a check. So now, before you go to the subsidiary ledger, update your accounts first because we just spent another $1,000. So we need to update my ledger. Okay. So in this case, I reduce my accounts payable, right? Because I end up paying her for what I owe. So this is where you're going to go ahead and identify here on your accounts payable here, right? We're making a payment for invoice number 1542, payment, check number 1511, right? We're on general page 3, and because we're reducing a liability, right? How do you reduce a liability? You debit it, right?
Yeah.
Okay? So therefore, if I made a payment for $1,000, that means it's going to decrease my accounts payable by $1,000. So as you can see, it went from $10,033.75 to now $9,033.75. Right? Okay? So then I need to go to my checking account because I just spent more money. Okay, here's my checking account. Today is the 10. We wrote check number 1511. Which cost me $1,000. So in this case, right, if I started out with $6,902.42 and I just wrote another check for $1,000, how much should I have now left in my bank? So if I started out with $6,902.42, and I just spent another $1,000, how much money should I have left?
5,902.43.
Good. Okay. Good. So then now let's talk about how we actually add this transaction into my subsidiary ledger, okay? Because this is what you can do, right? You can go ahead and edit and modify this transaction to reflect that you're going to make a payment, right? So in this case right now, we owe Kim Robinson. We owe Kim Robinson $1,000, right? We know that, right? Now,
Right.
you have a couple choices. If you choose to do so, right, you can go ahead and just edit this first transaction and just add in the payment right here, right?
Uh-huh.
And then that will make it become 0, and then you just need to add in your check number here. Now, in this regards, right, this to me does not show me how my transaction came to be. This because I'm editing this information, it's not giving me a very clear track record of what happened, right? Because if I received the bill on the 7th and then all of a sudden I made a payment, do I know when I made the payment? Even though,
No, you
go ahead.
have to have the actual date of when you cut the check.
Exactly. So in this case, right, I would have to put that into my notes. But in this case, right, am I obligated to pay by the 10th? On the 10th?
Yes, you're obligated, because that's the terms of the billing.
Okay, but can I pay earlier than the 10th?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. So in this case, right, I have no place to put my due date or put in my date that I wrote the check, right? So for best results and best way to track your expenses and cutting your check, I want you to create a new line, okay? Because in this case, that way I could say, okay, it's the 10th now. What did you do? Well, I made a payment, right? I cut check number 1511. For what invoice? 1542, right? What journal am I on? I'm on journal number 3 now instead of 2. And instead of going through everything, right? There's no terms because I'm making a payment, right? Therefore, I just fill in my payment of $1,000. Now check this out. If I ran that exact formula, right? My invoice minus prepaid minus returns minus discounts minus payments, I get a negative $1,000 right here in my accounts payable because I made a payment to my accounts payable. So now at the bottom of my gray, it shows me that I owe Kim Robinson nothing. So this case, right, this one is a clear transaction. This one tells me I started out with the bill, and then the second line tells me I made a payment. This one is clear. It's a clear vision that there's 2 separate transactions going on. One is receiving the bill, which increased my accounts payable, and the second one is making a payment, which decreased my accounts payable. This is what I prefer you to do, right? You don't have to do what I say, right? But in this case, for practice purposes, this makes it much more easier to read your ledger. Because if you go ahead and edit the first transaction and have to squeeze in as much information in there, right? It can get a little messy because you're squeezing in, oh, I made a payment on the 10th and I used this check number and then I have to change the date here because the date is that I made a payment on the 10th, and then you have to add that extra line in there for that payment. So in this case, and then you have to squeeze in, right, journal number 3 in there because you made the payment on journal number 3. So there's a lot more extra information that you have to add to to edit that first transaction. It's not wrong. It's completely valid. You could do whatever you want just so that you can keep track of which bills that you paid, right? Because it is going to be harder if you do the second one, the second one where you do 2 separate transactions. You're going to have to find a way to keep track of what bills you paid. Now, what I normally like to do is once a bill has been paid and there's multiple bills to be paid, I highlight it so then I know it's been paid. That's the simple way you can do it, right? Now, in this case, I only have one bill from Miss Kim Robinson, so this isn't such a big deal because I can follow along. But this is what I recommend you guys to do to make a clear vision that there's 2 separate transactions going on. But if you choose to combine it into one, that is up to your discretion. Okay? So you can, yeah. All right, so this is how I use the general ledger. If you like to do it this way too, it's up to you. If not, whatever you want to do. This is your books at the end of the day. All right, so I made a payment for Kim Robinson using check number 1511, made the payment on June 10, and then now I am completely done with this transaction. Okay? Okay. All right, before we move on, I also need you to go backtrack one step because for my Bistro tables and chairs, I forgot to go ahead and let you guys know to update your purchase orders because, yes, we did receive our tables and chairs, right? We received it on the 8th, right? So make sure you guys keep track of what purchases that you've made or purchase orders that you requested and which ones have you been receiving. Invoice number 75. Okay, so this right here, I am pending still my coffee brewer and coffee grinder, and I just recently requested for my coffee mugs. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. Okay, we're going to go on a break real quick. Okay.